Well, we are coming off one of the worst weeks ever for the flu here in New York State, but there might be a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's hope. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Mary Alice Demler. The good news is that cases are leveling off around the country, so the peak might come soon. Channel 2's Heather Lee talked with a CDC expert about why we are not in the clear just yet, though.
Fever, chills, coughing, and stuffiness, all signs of the flu. But here's a sign that we may be nearing the peak of this aggressive flu season.
For the last few weeks, we're continuing to see slight increases, but not quite at the rate we were before. So that might indicate that we are getting closer to the peak of the season. But unfortunately, we don't know that until it's passed, and we're not there yet.
And even once we hit the peak, there's still roughly half a flu season left. It runs through May, plenty of time to get sick, but also still time to get vaccinated. A good idea, says the CDC, since 2/3 of the country is seeing high influenza-like illness, or ILI.
32 states, New York City and Puerto Rico, were experiencing high ILI activity, and New York State was one of those 32 states.
Each flu season, there are 2 types of influenza A and 2 of influenza B. The proportions of each vary from season to season, but this year there's a high number of the H3N2 strain, which tends to hit the very young and very old quite hard. 3 or 4 influenza viruses are picked for the vaccine each year. That was done, though, last February, and it's still only a best guess of what will be the best protection for right now.
But what they even can't know from that information is, will the H3 or the H1 or the B be predominant? So it's 2 very different pieces of the flu puzzle that are going on at the same time.
And if you're really unlucky, you can get the flu multiple times in one season because, again, there are multiple strains. Another reason to get the flu shot before the flu gets you.
I know we've heard this over and over again, but experts say that really just washing your hands, covering your mouth are really simple ways to protect yourself and others. And if you're sick with the flu, an antiviral can help shorten your sickness and also lessen the severity of your symptoms. Scott?
Indeed, I'm addicted to washing my hands. Heather, let me ask you a quick question. How do the experts out there and the drug makers determine which strains will go into the vaccine each year?
Well, as we heard just a minute ago, the flu shot was actually developed last February, but they study worldwide trends. They see what is happening in the southern hemisphere during their winter, which would be our summer season. Then they use that to develop a vaccine for the northern hemisphere. But get this, the CDC says there is only one vaccine for the northern hemisphere at any given time. So what they developed last year, that's what we're stuck with for right now.
Some protection is better than no protection.
Sure is. All right.
Heather Lee, thank you.